video I was talking about how calisthenics, bodyweight training, tends to have a little bit more of an emphasis towards the refinement of technique as a means of progression, rather than just simply adding on sets, weight, repetitions, and so forth, and how there's lots of benefits to having this kind of mindset of refinement of technique. Now, a lot of times people say, well, what's good technique? Well, of course, it depends on the exercise. However, the philosophical shift that I took on when I started doing bodyweight training was that good technique, best technique, equals the best use of everything. Every single part of your body on every technique. Now, a lot of times we typically think of good technique as we're focusing on areas of the body that are working during the exercise. Okay, so during pull-ups we're thinking of our arms and maybe our back. But do you ever think of your feet when you're doing your pull-ups? Do you ever think of your spine or your hips while you're doing your pull-ups? It's important in how those things are moving and being used and their position during pull-ups to maximize your pull-up ability. Do you ever think about your back when you're doing your push-ups? How your scapular region is moving? Do you ever think about your eyes, where they're looking during your squats? How about the position of your toes during your squats? How about what part of your hands has so much pressure while doing your handstands? Is it more on the inside, more on the outside? How about what part of your fingers has more pressure while doing pressing movements? You know, is it more on the back of the palm, more on the front? This is what I'm talking about, is when we are looking at good technique, we must have this mentality of everything matters. There isn't any part of the body that we could say, okay, yeah, just do whatever you want with your feet or do whatever you want with your neck or whatever like that. It doesn't really matter. It all matters. Tension and contraction all matters. And a lot of times when you read these books and so forth, when they're like, okay, you're doing this exercise and so forth, tense these muscles, contract these muscles and so forth, and you're like, why? They're not really working. But they still play a role, because all bodyweight based exercise, all calisthenics, involve the entire body all the time. So we must have everything involved in a conscious way in order to maximize our techniques. I'll have some more videos on why these things are important and some of the things that we're not usually thinking about, like why your feet matter when you're doing your pull-ups, in the next couple of videos. But till then, leave your thoughts down below. Be fit and live free.